Michigan won the national championship in large parts due to their elite defense. The defensive line was loaded with NFL talent, the linebackers were elite, and their secondary had multiple future NFL stars. One guy who really shined for the Wolverines down the stretch was cornerback Mikesainristil. A bit undersized, but he has a ton of the tools you look for, and he could come in the league and be one of the best pure nickel cornerbacks immediately. How are his skills going to translate to the NFL? That is what we will be going over in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment and let me know which players you guys want to see me talk about in the next video, and without further ado, let's take a closer look at Mikesainristil. Mikesainristil has been extremely productive for Michigan over the last few seasons. In 2022, he finished the year allowing 446 yards while posting 0 interceptions and 7 pass deflections. While the numbers weren't great, his 2023 season is really where he made himself some money. Not only does he have a national championship on his resume, but he was extremely productive. In terms of yards allowed, it was still a bit high, allowing 412, but he was electric on the ball, finishing with 6 interceptions, 6 pass deflections, and 2 pick sixes, and he is a very intriguing corner. Sainristil, if you couldn't tell, has elite ball skills. With 7 interceptions in his collegiate career, that immediately makes him a sought-after commodity in the NFL draft. He's electric, and he closes on the football quickly. He had a 1.51 second 10-yard split at the NFL Combine, and it shows up on tape. He is super quick at closing the gap, and he jumps routes perfectly. What helped Sainristil rack up so many interceptions is his route recognition. He mirrors routes extremely well, and he's pretty flexible in his hips and can stop and go very smoothly. He has very good change of direction abilities, and he's super solid in man coverage all around, and I love that. Sainristil is so scrappy. He plays a super aggressive brand of football, and he has a relentless motor. He never stops moving until the whistle blows the play dead, whether it's in coverage or as a tackler. One underrated aspect of Sainristil's game to me was his ability to come downhill and defend the run. He took solid angles and does a good job at coming around the edge, and he made some pretty nice plays in the backfield. Sainristil is going to be a nickel or a slot corner at the NFL level. While he has all the athletic tools, his physical tools are going to cause him some issues. He's 5'9", 179 pounds, and that's just not ideal to play on the outside. He isn't the tallest, he's pretty slim in terms of his weight, and on top of that, I think his length was questionable as well, with only a 74-inch wingspan. So I think he's almost guaranteed to be a slot corner in the NFL. His small frame also leads to concerns in terms of his strength, and he is bodied at times by more physical receivers. So that's something that I would like to see him do, and maybe add on a little bit of weight at the next level. One area I didn't love about Sainristil on the field were some of his transitions. Sometimes his footwork would get a little bit sloppy, and he would just lose his footing or balance. Whether it was his back pedal or his transitions and man coverage, he just had some balance concerns for me in the secondary, and I didn't love that about him. I'd like to see him be a little bit more smooth when transitioning. Mikesainristil is lightning in a bottle. He has some incredibly valuable traits that are going to translate extremely well, but his size and some concerns about his footwork do have him a bit lower on my rankings, and I don't think he's as versatile as others. I like him quite a bit though, and he is my number 10 corner in the draft class. He has all the tools I value in a true slot corner, and I think he's going to be an immediate starter. Sainristil, as we have said probably 20 times in this video, will be a nickel cornerback. He's perfect to play in the slot. He's great in man coverage, he shows some physicality, and I think he's got all the intangibles to be a really good slot corner in the NFL. My player comparison for Mikesainristil is Indianapolis Colts corner Kenny Moore. Athletically speaking, and size-wise, they're nearly identical across the board with almost identical RAS scores and measurements. Kenny Moore is super quick and has a nose for the football in a very similar way that Sainristil does. While neither of them are the biggest, they both have been very impactful players, and I think they're cut from the same cloth. So that's my comparison for Mike Sainristil. Mike Sainristil is scrappy. He knows how to find the football, he's very athletic, and he has a ton of tools I absolutely love. I think he's an awesome prospect, and I believe Mike Sainristil will be a top 75 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.